Episode 11 of Business Proposal begins with Harai telling Chairman Kang everything, starting with her fake relationship with Taemu. He cuts her off before she can finish. Thinking their relationship has always been a sham, he orders her to stop seeing him. When he gets a call about Taemu's accident, he leaves. Harai shows up at the hospital too, where Chairman Kang yells at her. Taemu walks in fine, except for a broken arm, and Harai says she'll be on her way. But Taemu stops her and tells his grandfather that he loves her. Chairman Kang insists Taemu ends things with Harai, but Taemu counters by threatening to never give him grandchildren. The chairman is upset that everything about Harai has been a lie, but Taemu takes all of the blame. Harai leaves but later returns, concerned about Taemu because it has started to rain. They stand at a window, staring at the rain outside, while Taemu reminisces about his childhood. He thanks Harai for being concerned about him. He says his parents' accident happened because of him. On his birthday, they were hurrying back home so they could go to an amusement park with their son. He still worries his parents resent him for causing their accident. Harai then asks if he resents her for causing his accident. He doesn't, and she insists that his parents love him just as he loves her. That night, Harai falls asleep in Taemu's bed. Her mom catches her sneaking back home, but thinks she's heading out to work and ushers her out the door. Young Seo later shows Harai the comments on Harai's promotional video with Minwoo for GoFood. Yura commented on it to lambast Harai, telling everyone that she has been crushing on Minwoo for years and yet is dating the president of her company. Chairman Kang sees the comments and has the video taken down. At work, Mizio says the higher-ups have told their development team to stop their current project. They say it's a bad idea to continue work with Harai's name on it, as she is getting bad publicity. People talk about Harai behind her back at work, but her own team stands up for her. Harai sees this and sobs, going up to hug them. Young Seo goes to Harai's family restaurant to try and keep her parents from finding out about the scandal. All the while, Taemu is oblivious to what's going on. He calls Harai to say he feels relieved to have his grandfather know their secret. He now wants everyone to know. Just as he is about to suggest they get married, the call disconnects. Taemu overhears his grandfather talking about sending him somewhere. He wants to send him to work in America for 2 years, so he can take time to think about the consequences of being with Harai. Taemu insists that he wants to marry her. But Chairman Kang doesn't give up. He tells Harai he wants her to work in the Dijin factory until things calm down. If this makes her unhappy, he suggests she resign. She refuses, listing off all of her achievements for his company. She then goes on a walk to process everything that's happened. Taemu finally learns of the scandal and worries that Harai has been suffering alone. He learns from his grandfather about the plan to get Harai to move or resign. The chairman says the board could demand Taemu's resignation if he protests. In a frenzy, Taemu searches for Harai. He even shows up at the restaurant to ask her parents where she is. When he addresses them as mother and father, they demand to know why. They still think he is Harai's colleague, Mr. Jai. Hamin corrects them, spilling that he is President Kang and is dating Harai. Meanwhile, Young Seo's father shows up to ask her and Seung-hoon to dinner. At dinner, he says he approves of them dating and suggests that Seung-hoon could potentially inherit his company. He wants to make amends with Young Seo. She agrees, though she needs time to process everything. On their drive back to the flat, Young Seo finds a diamond ring in Seung-hoon's glove box. This leads him to stop the car, get out, and propose to her. Harai finally calls Taemu back, and they meet at the Seoul Tower, where he asks her to never disappear again. The episode ends with them getting a room. They kiss and start to undress. If there is one villainous presence in Business Proposal, it's surprise. Chairman Kang Dagu. He's gone from the romantic and pleasant but interfering grandfather to an intimidating obstacle to our favorite couple's happiness in 2 seconds flat, it seems. It's a lazy cop-out to create conflict in the show, but it does at least instigate some confident action on the part of both protagonists. This episode has a lot of sweet moments for Harai and Taemu that culminate in some risky commitments between them. This makes for a nice change from so many misunderstandings and secrets. Going into the season finale, it's time for them to step into the spotlight. Overall, this episode has a sweet, wholesome feel to it, from Harai's team standing up for her, to Young Seo's and Seung-hoon's moment, and then Harai's and Taemu's standing up for each other. How do you feel about Taemu's impending proposal and Chairman Kang's interference? Are you ready for the finale?